I don't know if I'm gonna post this video or not, but I'm gonna do a brake job of this truck I got. Looks like somebody's been into it because it's missing there's supposed to be a, what you want, a lock screw to hold the hub in place. It's missing. It's either missing or this hub doesn't have the provision for it. Not sure which, but let's see. I'm gonna try to push the pistons back. Yeah, I don't have the proper tool. Man, the brakes don't look bad on this thing, but since it's a tow vehicle and I don't know anything about this vehicle, yep, I'm gonna use a clamp. Yeah, I'll use a C-clamp, that'd be best. Alright. Since I don't know nothing about this vehicle, I am going to brakes myself. I believe that's a 19 millimeter. I may have to have a backup nut on that. Come here. Nah. Looks like possibly the original rotor. Well, there's no anti-seize or anything on the bolts. You probably don't need it. I guess these are cast iron, not aluminum. Whoops, in the way. Sorry, guys. On these, they've got a nut here that sometimes you got to put a backup on it, but don't need to. Pull this off real quick. A little hot, not bad, but they've been a little hot. Sometimes when a person rides their brakes, I don't think they rode the brakes. I think it's just use. Oh, keep this from falling. Hang on, hang on. I'll tie it on with a piece of wire. Just to keep that hose from. Hose is in good shape, actually. It's not bad. Can't tell if that's the original hose or not. I think it is, though. And the brakes on this thing are really not bad at all. Not bad at all. There's more wear on the inside one than the outside, though. You can see the difference there. Didn't look like the piston was sticking, just okay. Now I need, I believe that's an 18. I'm gonna take these rotors down and have them turned. These things are very good condition by the looks of it, so, oops, dummy. I might have to put a breaker bar. Oh, yep, I'm gonna grab a breaker bar. Right back. Get to use my handy dandy snap-on breaker bar that I got. Man, these are on. Oh, holy smokes, that is on there. Oh, man. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a 1/2 inch breaker bar. I don't think they're supposed to be torqued that tight. All right, 1/2 inch breaker bar with 18 millimeter. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I might probably have to use impact. Oh. Oh my Lord, that's on there. I cannot break it loose. Oh. Oh man, I can't break it loose. Well, that kind of stinks. So that means impact. Those things are not supposed to be on that tight. Well, that stinks. Let's get the impact. All right. Man. You got to be kidding me. Man, I hate doing this, but I am going to have to put I hate abusing my tools, but I'm gonna have to put this on here and hit it with a hammer. That's the only way now. I'll have to hit this with a hammer. God. I wonder if I got another one that's more abused than this one. This one, I hate doing that. Oh well, let me grab a sledge. All right. I can't break it loose. I cannot break that loose. I wonder if I stand on it. Well, I got to see if I can find a piece of steel pipe now, 6 foot long, maybe. All right, back in a little while. I think I'm getting it. Maybe. There it goes. Holy smokes. I've never, those things aren't supposed to be torqued that much. Let's see if I can get it. I think it broke free. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna have to look up torque specs. But I think it's only supposed to be like 90 pounds. Holy smokes. Yeah, I'm breathing hard now. I thought I don't have any pipe. I couldn't find any black pipe here. I've either scrapped it or taken it to work. Yeah. Oh. I might post this just to show you guys how hard this thing is. I hope all the other parts that have been worked on this vehicle, it's not like that. Shoot. Holy moly. A little rusty, but I wouldn't have thought. I wonder what they used. What kind of, I wonder if that's a Loctite. That looks like from factory though. Well, let's look at this. Doesn't look like there was ever, see that? I don't know if you guys can see it or not. There's a screw there, hole. By the looks of it, doesn't look like there's ever a screw to hold the caliper on. It's supposed to have, thought from the factory they're supposed to have one. That thing sounds good. Bearing sounds real good. All right. That's one disc off. I'll take the other side off and run to town. I'm going to take these and have them turned. The hardware looks like it's in good shape. I'll just wire brush it off and clean it, and then put a little grease on them. All right, you guys got to see me struggle. I'll be back. Well, guys, I've had this parts cleaner for a while, and I haven't used it. I got some purple cleaner in here. We'll clean the brake parts up before I put them on the wire wheel. Stuff doesn't look very old. I think somebody did the brakes on this not long ago. And the female drives this. She either like to hit the brakes a lot or hit them right at the last minute. It's all right. Somebody gave me this parts cleaner. I've got a big one outside. Keep this little one in here with this detergent isn't as strong as that solvent is out there. That solvent, boy, it eats up your hands a little bit. trying to keep this solvent from getting inside the, I can't get the rubber boots off of these, and I'm not quite sure how to get them off, so I'm not gonna take a chance on damaging. So they weren't that bad, just a good thorough cleaning. Actually not bad shape. Some of the flat black or the paint is off in some spots, but these haven't gotten too hot. There's a little bit of grease down in the slide, the caliper slide pins. They're not bad, they still have a little bit of grease on it, but not a whole lot. Took the rotors down to O'Reilly's. They're going to turn them for me. They still mic'd them, even though I told them they were good. They still went ahead and mic'd them. That's their policy. I already mic'd them. I knew they I had 30 to 35 thousandths on both of them. So he said 40 on one and 35 on the other. But he didn't use he used a caliper, but not a mic, not what I would have used. But anyways, doesn't matter. Usually they don't charge me to turn them. I just buy them a case of soda pop. Yeah, these are in good shape. Nothing wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on the wire wheel and clean them up a little bit. I can see some grease down there. I'm trying to figure out how to get the rubber boot off on these. I'm not sure how to get these off. I probably ought to squirt a little carburetor, get a screwdriver and clean some of that grease out of the bottom of it inside. But anyways, that's what I do when I clean brakes. I usually, if I don't have parts cleaner, I go ahead and I just run them with carburetor cleaner over everything. Yeah, see, this needs to soak. There's still brake cleaner or brake dust on this. I gotta take my glasses off. I don't know if I'll show this to you guys or not, but I'm cleaning the inside of where the pins go in. Cut some strips of cloth just to show you the old grease down in the bottom down there. And I'm just cutting strips of cloth to go down in. And I soak it with a little carburetor cleaner. Just to get that old grease out of there. Do you have to do this? Probably not, but I don't want to take a chance. Since it's a towing rig, I don't want to cause my pins to stick, cause my brakes to stick. Oh yeah, I got a lot of it out of there now. Not much left down in there. Anyways, I think most people aren't going to do this, but most people, when they do the brakes, they don't, they're lazy and don't turn the rotors or buy new rotors. I make sure I don't have a problem, because I don't want to be towing a trailer and lose it or lock up my brakes. All right, they're clean down in there. There's a little bit of debris inside that top of this boot right here. Yeah, a little bit of grease, a little bit of dirt, a little bit of, looks like it is grease. I'm gonna get it all though. See how clean the pin comes out. Oh yeah, look at there, clean. That's what it's supposed to do, slide smooth. Yeah, there we go. And put some grease on them. I'll put it back together. All right, I just want to show that. All right, back on these brakes. Got the rotors back from O'Reilly's. They were able to turn them, one at 5 and one at 10, so that means I've got another turn on it. I can probably turn it one more time, and I'm gonna collapse both these pistons real quick. Let me do it the old-fashioned way, because I don't own a tool to collapse my, I like to have one, I just haven't been able to find one. Anyways, this is the way I was taught back in the day. I worked in a tire shop for a while when I was a kid. Another one of my jobs that I had, went to school for 2 weeks for brakes. Back then we did a lot of drum brakes. Lots and lots of drum brakes. Not back then, it wasn't uncommon to see a 63 or 65 or 67 or a 57 come in with drum brakes. Anyways, don't see that anymore. Almost everything's disc. But the only thing that has a drum brake anymore is if it's the emergency brake, like on a Dodge or something. It's got some of the paint. And get a little carburetor cleaner here. Just the face of the disc, the piston. I said disc, I meant piston. Just clean the face off. That little bit of paint, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's a little bit of paint on there from the brakes that were on here. Something like that can cause you to have a little chatter. Yeah, no, run a knife, but I own hundreds of knives, so I don't care. Okay, get this piece of wire out of there so I don't forget it. Set this here for a moment. I want to show you guys something. the inboard brake. This is the inboard. That's the one that has the noisemaker. If you get down too low, it scrapes your brakes, your rotor. Look at the difference in the. Also, here's your new brakes. Hang on, let me grab. Look at the difference. New brakes versus the old. Yeah, it needed to be changed. Anyways, no big deal. Turn this back this way. The hole here in the hub, there's a hole here. You're supposed to line the rotor up to this hole, and there's supposed to be a screw that goes right there. It's a M7 metric. Nobody's got it in town, of course, and it might be a dealer item. You don't have to have it, but that's just the way the manufacturer designed it, so I'm gonna put it back. I'll order it, but for now I'll put the brakes back together because I need to get this thing out of the garage. I got company coming over this weekend, and I got a big cookout. Now I cook some dinner. All right. Cleaned up pretty good. Cleaned up pretty good. Need some, oh, I got some grease. Let's see if there's anything I need to get. Hold on, I'll be back. All right, guys. Got the rotor on. I used 2 lug nuts to hold it in place since I'm missing that screw that goes right there. And I've already tapped that, so as soon as I can find the part, I'll get it on there. Brakes came with a little grease kit, so I'll use a little grease that came with it. I went ahead and bought new brake parts, and I'll show you why here in a minute. I did that. I'm putting a little grease on that. A little grease right here. I ain't got enough. They don't give you enough grease. I got some more brake grease over in the cabinet. Molly brake lube. You know, working with gloves on sometimes is more of a nuisance. I hope you guys can see. Oops. What I'm doing is right here. I'll show you in a second. It's hard to film this and try to work at the same time. The front of the pistons, you can do it either way. Some people lube the back of the pads. Yep, I just dropped my glasses. It's more of a nuisance. Now I'm greasing the brake parts there where the brakes ride on, slide in and out. There's not enough brake grease here. I'm glad that air conditioner shut off. It was getting loud. All right. I'll show you what I've done. I've greased the brake hardware there, so the brakes, when they ride, Alright, the inboard has the noisemaker on it. Come on, get in there. Inboard's got the noisemaker. The outside one is just a plain Jane. Come on. Oh yeah? I keep touching everything. I should have left it well left alone. Like that. Oh, you know what? I need more grease anyways, but I forgot to clean the bolts. Darn it. I know better than that. I gotta clean the bolts. I'll be back in a moment. Alright. Clean the bolts. I don't know what this compound is. It's not anti-seize. I'm not sure what this stuff was. Oh, before I forget, the reason I changed my hardware was, let's see, there it is. One tab on one side was ripped off. I didn't do that. I don't know where it just, I guess, and then this one is either a different one or it's bent, but it's bent uniform. So someone, I think, has replaced the hardware at one time. So I bought new hardware. Some people don't. Yeah, I don't. That's just the way I do it. That's the way I was taught. So it's the way I do it. Clean my fingerprints off, my muddy grips. There we go. Now, I really didn't have to put the brakes in. I could have waited after. Got the bolts. Ah. It's weird. I got a 2007 Dodge, and the Dodge is aluminum. Let's see if I can turn this a little bit. Come on, come on. Got my handprint on there. Anyways, it's aluminum. You definitely got to use anti-seize on them. Said I could have waited to put the brake pads in until after I got it. I keep getting my knee. It's hard to film this, guys. I'm sorry. And I may not even post this video. There's plenty of videos out there where people do their brakes. Plenty, plenty, plenty. Oh. I looked it up. The only thing I can really find is for Chevrolet front end, and they say to torque these to 100. One says 127, so I'm not sure who there is correct and who's not. Okay, double check my inboard pad with the noisemakers right there. Okay, there. Now, yeah, I better torque these first. Yeah, it'd probably be the best thing to torque that before I go any further, because everything else will be in the way. Alright, get to use my new torque wrench. Bought it in this big purchase I made. UTICA. I don't know. Orangeburg, South Carolina. Anyways, let's see. Okay, now I am going to torque it to 127 because that's what that other website said. So that's what I'm going to do. So that's 100. All right, let's try this one. Oh man. Okay, there we go on that. Okay. Whew. All right. Now, I need to get the slides. They did not give enough grease. I don't know what they say. Yeah, I ain't gonna use that. I got better grease. I like my grease better. Hang on a minute. I keep stopping. I don't know why I didn't think of this. This is the grease I use at work, so we can use it on motors that run at a high temp. It's hot or hotter than these brakes. Some of the motors have clutches and stuff on them, so. Yeah, there we go. Hang on, spilled some grease, I'm picking it up. Black grease on my floor. All right. These slide pins are very important. You don't want them to lock up because that's what your caliper here slides on. Really, really need that. Sits in that boot. Make sure I don't have any excess grease just hanging out anywhere. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Carefully. It's gonna fit perfectly. You gotta push the caliper in and pin in on this side, both sides. Come on, get in there. There we go. I have no idea how this video looks, turns out, or anything. This one, I found a torque spec of 37. So let's see what that looks like. Oh, come on. Am I off? No. Go this way. These brakes are really easy on this one. They're heavier than the Dodge though. These brakes are a lot heavier. And everything here on this truck compared to the 07 Dodge truck is steel. The one on my truck's aluminum. Oh yeah. There we go. Now, wipe my hands off a little bit. Okay. Let me get another socket because I don't have one. That's an 18, I believe. Is that an 18 or 19? Okay, missing a socket. Hang on a second. I bet it's on the other side. Yep, it's on the other side. Right back. All right, had to find a 19 half-inch drive. One side said 37, one side says 50, so I'm going to 50, which I don't think they were that tight, but I'm going to set it there. I really probably should look up GM. You gotta, anymore, you really gotta know where to look for this stuff because they hide it. Let's see. I wonder if I can turn this a little bit. No, it should be all right there. Okay. Okay. All right. Now I put my wheel back on. Let's get this. I don't want to get any more trash on the rotor. Turn it back. Like I said, there's plenty of videos out there of people doing this, and I thought, what the heck, I'll show you. Somebody might get a kick out of me doing this. Like I said, I went to school, man, 36 years, 35 years ago, somewhere like that, on brakes. We used to do a lot of drum brakes though back then. A lot of drum brakes. All right, you know what I don't like about this thing is missing that screw. But I am missing it, and there's not a lot I can do about it. So until I probably have to go to the Chevrolet dealer to get those. That's what it sounds like anyways. Let's move this. Let's get the tire and put it on there because it's in my way. All right, forgot to turn the camera on where I was struggling. Oh, now it's putting the wheel on. 20-inch tires, they're heavy. You don't realize how heavy they are until you pick them up. I was always told to put a little WD on the threads. So that's what I do. I've heard not to do that, but I've been doing it for years and years. Never had an issue, so I'll keep doing it. Did say 110 pounds torque for these. Only thing I actually found that was correct, I guess. Or that agreed with different sites. I could have lowered the quick jack. I've got it up on that hydraulic quick jack. I think I'll probably go ahead and change the oil. Oil looks good in it, but I don't know. I don't know what kind of oil's in it. I run synthetic and everything, so ever since I had the Corvette, I've always, since that's what it took, that's what put everything synthetic now. And then there's a spark plug. I should have put it in there. I can still get in there, I think. The tip, if you guys on a 5.3 Chevrolet, Tahoe, Suburban, I don't know, maybe all of them, but the number 8, the spark plug on, or it's a number 7 spark plug. Passenger side, the one in the back, the hardest one, the last two actually on the passenger side are the hardest ones to get to. And I just jacked it up, pulled the tire off, took the inner fender well out, and got them out real easy. There was more trouble fighting, trying to reach down in there. I own more extensions and more different wobble extensions, you name it, I own it, and I could not get that silly thing out. So I just dropped the tire, dropped the inner fender well out, took everything out, and took my 18-inch extension and got that silly thing out with a wobble easily. I mean, it was just, made me mad that I wasted that much time. Anyways, I'm not going to torque them down yet. I need to drop the vehicle down on the ground. Yeah, I need to do the other side. But that's it. Real easy to do the brakes on these. Alright. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hope you find me muddling through this entertaining. Just a simple brake job, no big deal. The rotors on these, somebody's been into this, but the rotors, they look original. If not original, then they went back with factory original, which is a good thing. And they can be turned again. They only took 5,000 on this side. Driver's side took 10,000. Either way, it doesn't matter. There's still another 25,000 that can be taken off if need be. And so long as I don't get these red hot, which I don't plan on it, I got to get a trailer brake hookup for this because my trailer has brakes on it, or one of them does anyways. Now I don't like pushing my brakes, getting them hot, and I don't wait till the last minute to stop, so I don't have to worry. Plus, when your brakes get hot and you go through a puddle of water, that's where, or if you keep constantly getting them hot, trying to race them and stop, race and stop, you'll warp the rotors, where that I don't have to worry about. I don't do that. So anyways, I'm rambling. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good evening.